I am so thrilled to be here with you today for a couple reasons. First off, I'm excited because I am blowing the lid off of the 5 things that really many of my clients have been stepping into mastery with and been getting phenomenal results in their business with. And I'm going to share it with you. So you get the secret behind the scenes of what is really working to magnetize dream clients without having to hustle and push and strive and work so darn hard. Now, the other reason why I'm really excited today is it's for a personal reason. So I'm going to let you into my world here for a minute. You'll notice I am wearing a t-shirt. I got my ball cap on just to share. I'm squeezing this in before I go take my kiddos to our high school state baseball tournament. My husband is a varsity coach here in Red Wing, our small town. He has a phenomenal team of really amazing young adults, young players that he is supporting and coaching through our state baseball tournament. This is the second time that we've made it, the second year in a row, which has broken the history of our entire hometown. So you see me here in my baseball gear. I am a baseball mom. I am a baseball wife, and that is the agenda for today. But before I went and did all of that, I wanted to stop in and share this message that has been really coming through strong as something that I have to get in your hands. I have to share this 5-step process to really magnetize dreamy clients as well as wealth and living a really beautiful, fantastic life at the same time. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive right in. Here's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about the 5-step process. This is the process that as you master it and as you do it over and over again, it is inevitable that you will be successful. So I'm not going to be talking about tactics. I'm not going to be talking about strategies. Those are a dime a dozen. Everywhere you look, you've got the next slick method, the next big strategy to help you grow your business. But here's the thing. It doesn't even matter what you're doing, what strategies you're deploying, what tactics you're using in your business, no matter how phenomenal they are, no matter how proven they are, no matter how much they work for everybody else. If you don't infuse these 5 steps into everything that you're doing, you're going to be working way too hard. This is the energetic shortcut. This is how to not work so hard and get even better results. This is the craft that I've been honing for a number of years now, and I finally have it systemized in a way that I can support my clients in helping them really hone this craft. And again, it creates amazing results. In fact, what I'm going to be sharing with you for one client just in the last 30 days, first month of intensively working in this process through really intensive private coaching. First month, booked $7,200 in coaching business in 1 month. She's almost already reaching that 6-figure income in 1 month of really committing to these steps. And these steps are going to sound simple, but they're not easy because it's going to stretch you to new levels of really trusting yourself and stepping into massive confidence about what you're here to do. So let's dive in. So I want to share with you the 5-step client creation method. Again, this is not a strategy. This is not a tactic. This is not telling you what to do in your business. This is all 150% within your control starting today. Like, this is something that you can use, implement, and run with today. This is not something you need to buy software for, none of that. So here we go. The first step is cast the vision. We have got to know what the heck it is that we're even wanting to create and how we want to work with people. So here's the thing. So many of us think we've got some old rules where it's, I want to get one-on-one clients. But have we really even tuned in? Is that really what our heart wants to do? Or I want to generate passive income. Have we really visualized what that means? And is that really what we want to do? So the first thing about casting your vision is tuning in. Do I really want to do that? Or am I just adopting some methodology because people tell me that's what I'm supposed to do when I'm a coach, or that's what I'm supposed to do when I'm an expertpreneur, I'm supposed to create products. But is that really what you want to do? Is that really what's in your zone of genius? So before we cast a vision about anything, whatever vision we're creating, we better be mad excited about it. If we're not excited about it, if we're not like feeling this pull from our vision of what we want to do and how we want to work and what we want to create, it doesn't matter what sort of vision we create, right? So if we don't know what we really want, I'm saying, like, what do you really want? And if you're saying, I really want to do an event, but then you have an I'll be ready when conversation going on, but I can't do an event until this or until that or until. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. So if that's what's in your heart is you want to do an event, or if you want to do group coaching, or if you want to do masterminds before one-on-one coaching, if you heard rules that you can't do that, you have to do certain things first. If it's in your heart, you can shortcut the whole thing using this process and do the thing you really want to do. So cast the vision. Now, here's the other thing that gets in the way of casting the vision. I hear this all the time. I hear from clients, they're like, for some reason, the holy grail of success and how we're defining success today is reaching 6 figures in the business or 7 figures. It just keeps going. It's like more. And so then all of a sudden, if we're adopting like that's the thing we want to do, have we really connected to why we want to do it? It's uncovering the intention underneath the vision. So why is that your vision? Why is that vision important to you? Because if we have a desire to fill our practice or to generate 6 figures, if the intention behind the vision is coming from a place of lack, is coming from a place of not enoughness, this is the number one thing that sabotages anything we're trying to do in our business. If anything that we're desiring is coming from a place of trying to fill our worthiness bucket, we cannot create it. It will not be delivered to us. We will strive and work so hard to try and accomplish and fulfill this vision. But at the end of the day, unless we truly infuse the vision with our deepest intentions, like our biggest values, it won't be able to come to fruition. So the first step is cast a vision. Make sure it's something you really want, and also ensure that the intention behind it isn't to fulfill some feeling of lack or not enoughness. So again, it has to be coming from a deeper place or the vision cannot manifest. Okay, so 2 things before you cast the vision, right? It can't come from a place of lack. The universe, God, source, your higher self is not going to be like, yeah, let me fill your lack bucket, because guess what? It's not buying that. It already knows that you're limitless. Your potential is never ending. To think that we're going to have some shortcuts and some support in fulfilling our business if the intention behind it is because we're not enough, no, because you know what? Your higher self doesn't buy that for a second. Okay, so let's move into the second step of this. So you've cast the vision, you've ensured that it's coming from a high vibration intention, you've ensured that it's something you really want to do and not just something that's holding you over till the thing you really want to do. Now that the vision is crystal clear, it's time to detach from the outcome. Detach from the outcome. This is where the majority of the work happens. This is where most of my clients experience the greatest levels of struggle, because when we get so clear, when we get so excited about something we want, it can be really hard to say, okay, I'm just going to let it go and see what happens. But that's what we're talking about, is fully detaching and surrendering and trusting. So this is the biggest word, trust. Now, in my experience, as you really step into and continue to work within this process, you're going to be called to deeper and deeper levels of trust. Trusting in the vision that you're casting, trusting that you're supported, that you're guided, that it is meant to happen for you, or you wouldn't even be able to see it. It's essentially this detachment place is like when you are at a restaurant, right? Let's say you're at a really nice restaurant, maybe your favorite restaurant, and the waitress comes to take your order and you put your food order in. Once you put your food order in, do you sit and enjoy the conversation with whoever you're having dinner with? Or do you ruminate and wonder and try to figure out, how am I going to get my food? When's the food going to come? Oh my goodness, how are they going to make it? No, you have a knowing. You put your order in that the chef is somewhere mixing up your delicious meal and that the food will be delivered. You're freed up to just now enjoy the conversation, enjoy the experience, enjoy the ambiance, because the food's been taken care of. So when I talk about trusting and detaching, it's the same thing. When you've cast your vision, you've put your order in. You've put your order in. Now, it takes a little bit to create a really delicious meal. It takes a little bit of time. So it's talking about being patient with your order being fulfilled, but still knowing that it's going to be delivered, right? Which leads to the third step. It's knowing the order's been made. The order's been made. You've casted your vision. The order's been made, and it's coming. It's coming. So you don't need to ruminate about it. You don't need to try to put all the pieces together or consume yourself with the how to make it all happen. It's and through the detachment and through the knowing that it's coming. And when I say know, like that means that you know without a question of a doubt, without any doubt at all. This is the depth of the belief and the knowing that I'm talking about. Doubts will creep in, but then you can immediately just squish them like, no, the order's been placed. Of course it's coming. It's knowing that it's as good as done, that what you have cast out is coming. It's that depth of belief and knowing that actually creates the fulfillment of the vision. So it's getting windy around here. So it's that knowing. So here's the thing. Another client of mine has been really playing with this process, and this trust, detachment, and knowing has been like the biggest thing to really continue to work through. And just in the past, again, 2 weeks, 2 times she's launched programs. And this is like a muscle that needs to be growing. So in order to fully believe it, maybe if your vision is, and you've ensured that the intention is a really deep place, maybe it's, I want to do an event for 1,000 people. If that's too much of a stretch for your belief, because this is a new process for you, go play with it a little bit smaller, right? If you can't really believe it and know, then you're going to stop the whole process. You're going to run yourself ragged. You're going to work really hard to create that event for 1,000 people, and you're going to be left feeling burnt out. So if an event for 1,000 people is too much for you to believe, so you really need to feel into this. What can I believe and know is going to happen? That's going to start building that muscle. So the one client that I'm referring to, she wanted to do a one-off program. And I think the investment was like $200 or $250. And she held the space for 6 people. And she just knew, she didn't know how, she didn't know when, but she knew 6 people were going to be in that program. She could hold the space for 6 people. She could believe that. Now, 8 might have felt like a little bit of a stretch. So she found the sweet spot of belief, right? So she found the sweet spot of belief, and she's, I know that this many people can come through. And what happened? Literally an hour before the one-off event happened, the 6th person signed up effortlessly. So she played with it again this week. She launched another program, another low-end program, and this time she stretched to 10. And I can see 10 people coming through for this program. 10 people will come through for this program. I've got the space, I got the capacity, and I know 10 people are coming through for this program. What just happened? We just heard in our group, the 10th person signed up for the program. So she's like, this is the first time ever that I've like filled programs with just being detached and having fun and holding the belief. So that's the power of the detachment and the belief, steps 2 and 3. And most of the work in this process is going to be happening in these second 2 steps. Okay, so let's talk about then. Now you've got your vision cast, you've got the trust, the belief, the knowing. Let's talk about the 4th step. Now it's time to open up and receive the guidance. So the first 3 steps feel very passive, right? And are pretty common when we talk about manifestation and how to really attract in the things that you desire. But this process can't be 100% passive. Things really don't just fall out of the sky. There always has to be some aligned action in place, both through the process as well as a part of the process. So in order to take the action though, the 4th thing is receiving the guidance. So when you're in the place of knowing, when you're in the place of detachment, what happens is that you're not overthinking. You're not ruminating on the how. You're not trying to figure it out or intellectually pull all the pieces together. And when you can stay in the knowing and the detachment, you're opening up your mind. Essentially, you're quieting your mind. And it's only through that quiet space that we can actually get the nudge or feel the pull or get the idea or the insight. So what you're listening for here is an insight, an idea, a nudge to do something, to go someplace, to talk to somebody, to reach out to somebody, to share something. And that's what we're listening for. We can't get the shortcuts if we are consumed with action before we've given it any space. So it's if we get the vision and we're like, yeah, I know it's going to happen and now I'm going to make it happen, we have officially cut ourselves off from being able to get the shortcut, the quickest path to actualizing the vision. So it's receive the nudge. When we feel the urge to take that action, we show up, we connect with people, we teach, we are creating from a higher place than we can create from with our thoughts. So for example, me showing up here today on the day that my family is going wild crazy because of the state baseball tournament I was guided to be here. I was told, share this. This is something that people need to know. So here I am. I get the guidance, I get the nudge, I get the insight, I get the idea of what I want to share, how I want to serve, and I take the action. I take the action no matter what. I don't procrastinate. I don't say I'll do it next week. I say, you're told to do this now, do it, which leads us to the fifth step of the process. Take fast, inspired action. When the idea comes, when the insight comes, when the nudge comes, when you receive the guidance, go. If you don't go, you've created now space to get other ideas. And before you know it, you're in analysis by paralysis and you don't know which idea to implement first. The faster you move on the insight, the faster you magnetize the vision that you want to create. So take fast action. As soon as the nudge comes, act as fast as you possibly can. Act as fast as you possibly can. So the mantra, Wendy knows this. Wendy's in Art of Client Creation too, just finishing up our second mastermind. My intuition never disappoints. It took time to figure that out. Yes. And so now what we hear over and over again, or what I teach over and over again, is insight, act, insight, act. It's that quick. So create the space, get the insight, act. It's that simple, you guys. It's that simple. So we overcomplicate our businesses, and we also get consumed by all the information out there and also the messages. And this is for another training, another day, but I am so over the over-glorification of being busy. When did it become a badge of honor to be busting our asses and be so dang busy when there's easier ways to accomplish our goals? When did it become the norm for us to say, how are things for you? Oh, busy. Oh, I'm so busy. And then all of a sudden feel like this pat on the back. Yeah, I'm up to a lot. I don't know. It is time to redefine success, because to me, I am more interested in learning from following people who are living a life, that aren't just running around like chickens with their heads cut off. And that's what I'm really here to teach, is there's other ways. There's a new way to do this. There's a new way to do this without having to work so hard and without having to glorify the hustle. That's the other thing that we glorify. Oh, I'm working hard. And it's like, what's underneath that hustle? That I'm not working hard enough if I'm not working 24/7, right? So I'm on a little rant here, but seriously, busyness and hustling, there's something deeper underneath it. And the thing that's deeper underneath it is it's feeding our inner critic. It's feeding that part of ourselves that I'm not doing enough. I'm not good enough. And you know what? I'm done with it. I am done with it, because what is this really about? What is this really about? It's about living a fully expressed life, right? And so what is the dang point of being in business if we're sacrificing our freedom in the pursuit of freedom? We can be free now. Okay. So there you are. There you have it. Those are the 5 steps. Now I got a bonus step. Because clearly get the insight, act. But also there's the bonus step. And that's that when you cast the vision, and if the insight's not coming, or if the nudges aren't coming, at the end of the day, we still just show up. We show up. So here's an example of how this worked for me. And I just want to share too, the higher our vibration. So everything I'm teaching here is really about shifting into higher vibration. The higher the vibration, the less time it takes to manifest. So we have one job, and that's to stay in the highest vibration we can in everything that we're doing in our businesses and our lives. And as a result, the manifestation time lessens. I play with this all the time, but I played with this week. So I had an intuitive hit, interestingly enough, and about the time I think I got my business figured out, I'm pulled in another direction. I'm guided in another direction. I just know to listen. So I haven't worked individually with private clients, meaning I haven't worked intensively with private clients in almost a year. I've been focused on masterminds and tribe and community and all of that. And I received very clear guidance. Stace, you got something new here to more intensively work with private clients. And I just sat with it and I was like, how many? I was asking God, universe, source. I'm like, how many? I'm really protective of my time. There's a reason I haven't been working intensively with private clients. And I heard very clearly 2 to 4 this summer, 2 to 4 private clients this summer. And I thought, okay, feeling it. Yep. Feeling excited about it because I have this new process that, like I said, with this other client that I took on more intensively is just working. And I'm like, okay, 2 to 4. All right, got it. I got excited about it. So here we are. This is the process, right? Saw the vision. The vision was given to me. I got excited about it. I knew it was coming from a deep place of service. It had nothing to do with feed myself. I was actually intending to take most of the summer off. Came from a deep place of service. So there's the vision. Second piece, detach. Detach and know. It wouldn't be given to me unless it was meant to come to fruition. In less than 48 hours, 3 people out of the blue have reached out. 3 people out of the blue. Now, I don't know if they'll become clients, and it doesn't really matter to me if they become clients or not. But what I do know is I set the intention, I cast the vision, I held the space for it. And then I was also called to do this training. I don't know. Maybe something will come out of this. I don't know. I'm just following the guidance. So I'm just following this process. I get the guidance. I take fast action. The visions have been cast, but I know, like I know, I'm going to be working intensively with 2 to 4 people this summer. That's great. So this is the process, and this is the tightening of the gap. Now, what I want to talk about with this bonus piece is that I've been showing up. So I didn't know 2 months ago, actually a month ago, I did a training for you guys. It was the Wealthy Minimalist Reveal, talking about the Wealthy Minimalist movement and what it's all about. And at that time, I said, I have no offerings in my business. I haven't been called to create anything new. I'm truly just in this like glacier movement. You know how glaciers, they just are so powerful and they move so slow. That's what the Wealthy Minimalist feels like to me, is like this massive glacier that's cutting through bluffs and rocks and creating rivers, right? But it's very slow moving. And so I'm just allowing the process. And so I just said, there's nothing I'm offering. I'm moving with this movement as slow as it moves. And then boom, the insight comes, right? So that said, even though I had no offerings, I've been still showing up. I'm still connecting with people. I'm still sharing the things I'm called to share with no agenda other than to be of service. And then because I'm still showing up, it's easier for people to then come out of the woodwork and reach me. So I couldn't have people coming out of the woodwork to reach me if I was hiding out over the past 6 months. So you still want to be planting seeds. You still want to be reaping and sowing. So it's, who are you meant to be connecting with? How can you still be visible in your message? So this is the bonus piece, is that even if you're not getting the guidance or the vision is on hold or whatever it may be, you must keep showing up for yourself and for your business and for what you're here to do. Okay, so that said, let me check in here. So what's standing out to you? Shannon, the only thing we need to do is be in alignment. Amen to that. Isn't that just simplify everything? If it doesn't feel good, it's not the right path. If it doesn't feel exciting, there's something else more for you. It's really that simple. We can just do the things that feel good. This is how I'm proceeding. I just need to trust the process. Yes, Wendy, you've been like stepping in and mastering this process over the last 6 months. And that's the other thing too. Many of my clients, the clients I shared with you, it's like it happened really fast for them. But some of them, it's like trusting the process and knowing that once you figure this piece out, you are set in your business for life. It may be a lot of work on the front end. And I don't mean work, hard work, but it may be challenging to completely reprogram ourselves, reprogram our subconscious to start thinking and approaching everything that we're doing in our business from this place. Some of my clients, it's taken 9 months for them to really master this process. And it's just because it was hard. It was hard for them to really trust. It was hard for them to surrender. The control piece was just a little too strong. I'm not saying that about you, Andy, at all. But I'm just saying, it's some clients, boom, they're ready, they grasp it, they go, they run. Other clients, it takes time. And this is the same true for you in the work that you're doing. Because again, how are we measuring success? If we're only measuring success from the results that we're seeing our clients get in the moment that we're working with them, we're missing the bigger picture. So for those of you coaches, for those of you expertpreneurs, for those of you that are working in the transformational space, if you are overtaking responsibility and trying to push results on your clients before they're energetically ready to get results, you are doing a disservice to them, because it's more about you wanting to feel effective as a coach. And again, the same process works. I'm on a different tangent. The same process works as the coach, as the mentor, as the teacher, because again, I trust the process. I know that what every single client that comes through my door is learning is setting them up for success for life. It is the foundation. It is the catalyst that sets them up forever. That might not translate to a 6-figure business in the 3 months we work together or the 6 months we work together. It will translate to a 6-figure or 7-figure or whatever vision they have that's in alignment with their soul. It will translate to it. I know that it's going to translate to it. And I'm less concerned about if, and I know it's just a matter of when, right? Okay, Ashley, it's so hard to maintain that vibration and detachment. Need to focus more on staying focused. Try to do everything in my life from a place of love. Exactly. It is. We figure it out and then we fall back. I fell back still. Like I still fall back. I fell back last week. I was launching ads from a place that was like, oh, you know what? I was super excited about this funnel, but it's actually not ready yet. It's not ready to be launched, but I got impatient and I launched it too soon because I was like, now, and that was my ego. And what do you think happened? The funnel was flopping because I was coming at it from that place. I wasn't detached. I was getting obsessive over checking the numbers. We still fall back. But then immediately, now we just know, oh, when the stuff's not working, it's because my intention behind it is my ego. And it's time, then I cut it off and start over. Okay. So that's it then for today. I'm going to actually keep it short and rather than drag it on. So thanks everybody for playing along. Let's keep this conversation going. Let's get this movement out into the world. And it starts with you. It starts with you stepping into a process like this that allows you to still accomplish your biggest goals without having to work so dang hard. And it allows you to not let your business consume your life. It allows you to know that sometimes the best thing you can do in your business is nothing and to just sit back and listen for the guidance. And it allows you to tune in to the shortest path to your vision. Everybody have a beautiful day and give me a big go Wingers at the state tournament. I am off to a baseball game and we'll see you guys later. Bye.